to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com, he got them tickets. I'm telling you, boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway, he's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you, smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give him a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You got to tell him, though, that I sent you. You got to tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Yeah!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Turn me up some. Yeah. Give me some room, I'm throwing elbows. Timberland boots, Air Force, and shell toes.
That's that real hip-hop right there. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Tribute Tuesday. And highlighting the great Redman, Reggie Noble, today on the show. Hey, the number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Reginald Noble, better known by his stage name Redman, is an American rapper, DJ, record producer, and actor. He rose to fame in the early 90s as an artist on the Def Jam label. He's also well known for collaborations with Method Man as one half of the rap duo Method Man and Redman, including the starring roles in films and sitcoms. He was also a member of Def Squad in the late 1990s. Today we're going to talk about my man Reggie Noble, AKA Redman. Hey, holla at me if you'd like, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. It's crazy the transformation that my baby girl, Kara, a.k.a. the LOP, the leader of the pack, the life of the party. It's crazy the transformation she's made from, saying I want to run track. We taking her out there. She absolutely hates it because they run those girls to death, to now being this big fan of the sport. Yeah, I mean, she's a big fan of the sport, and her favorite track person, or runner or athlete, is Allison Felix, man. And I can't start to tell you how disappointed this child was last night when Allison Felix in this 400, when she caught up to, what's the young lady's name? Shawnee Miller. When she caught up to Shawnee Miller on that last, 75 meters, My daughter was jumping up, screaming, "Go Allison! Go Allison! Go Allison!" Me and my wife too as well. And at the very end, you know what happened. Shawnee Miller actually dove across the finish line, beating Allison Felix by, 0.7 of a second, something crazy like that. My daughter sat there, man, like she had lost her best friend. I mean, she came very close to crying. She did. She came very close to crying. She didn't cry, but she sat there like motionless for a couple of minutes, man, just sad and dejected, just like a lot of America was. I think Allison Felix, that's her 7th medal, the most by any track athlete or female track athlete in U.S. Olympic history. We've grown to love her, man, and last night was just so disappointing. Now, everybody's talking about, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, everybody's talking about Shawnee Miller from the Bahamas diving over the finish line, okay, and winning, once again, by I think it was 0.7 of a second. And whether that was fair or foul, hey, man, it's not against the rules. It's not in any rule book or anything like that. I guess you can make the argument that it was kind of lame. You know, this whole story with Hope Solo, when the American women's soccer team lost, the way that they were beaten was their opposition, the team that beat them, kind of like slowed the clock down and kind of took them out of the game. And she said that was a cowardly way to win. And, kind of like the same thing last night. Nobody can see somebody diving over a damn finish line or, to specifically win. But Shawnee Miller did it, man. There's nothing against it. There's nothing wrong with it. Allison Felix's ass should have dove too. Hell! What? The thing, and I'm going to get back to this in a second, but I need to say this while I'm thinking about it. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, man. The thing about track and field, man, that's so hurtful is you trained for 4 years in this particular case. You trained for 4 years. And to have it dashed away just like that in an instant, man, it has to hurt. Now, I don't even know if this Shawnee Miller and her track team, if they even discuss, if you're in a tight race and it comes down to the very end, dive across the finish line. That almost doesn't seem like something that you would even discuss. Like, that almost seems like instinctive. Like, I need to win, so my body and my mind, my subconscious is telling me to jump across this line. I can't even imagine that they practice something like that. First of all, if you've ever been on a track, now it's different in Rio. It looks like they're running on one of those synthetic tracks where it's kind of like it's kind of like a fiber type material. It's not asphalt like any other track. So you can't purposely dive on no damn asphalt. But the track that they're running on in Rio looks to me, because they've shown some close-ups of it or whatever, of their feet crossing the finish line or whatever, it looks to me like it's one of those synthetic tracks, which is 100% easier to fall and dive on than it is asphalt. So I don't know if that came into play or what, man, but what can you say? What can you do? It's just disappointing, obviously, because we're rooting for the American. And two, man, she's like one of the favorites of a lot of these young track athletes in this country. I'm telling you, like my daughter and her friends, they converse and talk about track and field now, and some of the stars and the bigger names. And my daughter a couple of weeks ago walked into the house. I guess she had been watching YouTube or something like that, and she was like, "Who is FloJo? Tell me about FloJo." I said, "FloJo was the baddest chick going." I said she was the baddest chick. Rest in peace. So they're all into talking about track athletes and this, that, and the other, man. So I think as a consensus, for all of them, their favorite is probably, whether it's personality, whether it's, I don't know, they can relate to her because she's kind of a small chick, but they love Allison Felix, man. So just disappointing last night. But at the end of the day, man, you do what you do. You do what you got to do to win. And I can't be mad at Miss Miller for doing what she had to do to win. It was within the rules. It's borderline cheesy, but I don't even know if it's cheesy. And if you don't know the term cheesy means, you kind of do something that kind of circumvents the rules. You kind of do something that are within the rules, but, it kind of, what's the best way I can put this? It doesn't kind of resonate the true meaning of the rule or of that particular thing. I'm having a difficulty trying to explain to you what it means. The spirit of the rule, that's the term I was looking for. It kind of defies the spirit of the rule. It's not a rule, but it kind of defies, conventional ways in doing whatever that particular thing is. But who gives a rat's ass? Then you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. In 25 years, when this chick is talking to her grandkids about her, winning a gold medal in the 400 meter at the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro in 2016, they ain't gonna talk nothing about the fact that she had to dive to do it. Ain't nobody even studying that. Whatever. Whatever. She did it. And Allison Felix is going to have to think about that for the rest of her life. That's a bitter, bitter pill to swallow. That's bitter. And once again, man, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I hate repeating myself, but sometimes I just need to do it for emphasis, man. I mean, you practiced 4 years. Last year, not this past year, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. My daughter's first year running track. This is her second year running. She did very well. I talked about it on the show a couple of weeks ago. But her first year in the 4x1 relay, they were like the third or fourth ranked team in the country based on times earlier in the season. And at the championship, the Nationals down in Jacksonville, Florida last year, in the 4x100, my daughter was the first leg, and they dropped the baton. Now, I'm not going to say whether it was anybody's fault or anybody like that, but the second person on the leg kind of got out early, and my daughter couldn't catch her. And she fell down trying to pass her off the baton. And so, if you understand track, they were out of the exchange zone, and so they got disqualified. They practiced 10 months a year, and it came down to that, and they got disqualified? Oh, that hurts. That hurts. My daughter cried like a baby. She cried like a baby. So imagine that scenario times 100. The biggest stage possible in track and field. You train 4 years and you lose like that? Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Yeah. What are your thoughts, man? Do you think it's super cheesy? You think that they should put in some type of rule? Or do you get it? Like I do. I absolutely get it. It is what it is. It's now or never, And Shanae Miller did what she had to do. All right, what are your thoughts on that? We get back from the break. All I'm going to do is read your chat, get some of your thoughts on this. And we'll continue to pay homage to Redman. All right? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Back in 3 minutes.
Mic check. Yes, this is your humble host, Marcus Harper. And make sure you check out my show, the Marcus Harper Podcast, on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes, hop aboard this train of thought. Weekly, 60 minutes of work. I got you. Sports talk, soul beats, and life. Again, the Marcus Harper Podcast, weekly on the SME Network. Check me out. Life is good.
You hear that? He's coming. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. The Alpha Male's coming. Only on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
The Alpha Male.
The sleeper pick, the guy only you believe in. In 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, he can be the difference. So trust your gut. Trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, That sleeper is out there. The question is, who's gonna play him?